Part 1. Complete the script. Which culture do you belong to? I was born and raised in America, when my culture was shaped. Is that a multicultural society? Yes, it is. My culture is a diverse mix of custom and tradition, various races and ethnicity. How long has your country been practicing those customs? Well, it has a long history around 10,000 years ago. What custom do you like the most? I like practicing dining etiquette. That's what makes me American whenever I travel to other countries. What are traditional costumes of man and woman in your country? Cowboy hats and boots are American styles, but nowadays jeans and t-shirts are more prevalent. Are you comfortable with the tradition and custom of your culture? Of course, I was born with it. How did people greet each other? Well, it depends on the situation. In an informal communication, people just say hi. Have you ever felt drawn to another land? Yes, I'm interested in Indian culture. I wish I can get there someday to attend the typical Indian wedding. Part 2. Alberto's life is about to get more difficult, for his new neighbor had arrived. At first glance, they're obnoxious, loud, and not a great people to have as neighbors. He then went on to warn his friend Mimi, in which she shares the unpleasant feelings. For the first few days, Alberto and Mimi try to ignore their neighbor and minding their own business, trying to get off their bad side, as they once thought of them. But how long will it last? One day, the inevitable happened. One of them stood in their garden, shocked. Alberto called Mimi, who she immediately then called the staff. Once they encountered the culprit, he just stood there, menacingly giving Alberto, Mimi, and their staff a long dirty stare, and off he went. Thought that they seen the last of them, until the following days, Alberto and Mimi caught the same perpetrator, his acquaintance, and often both of them taking a casual stroll in their own garden. Various hatched a revenge plan together with Mimi. At night, they both sneakily went inside their neighbor's garden and broke all their flowers. Baffled, one of the neighbors confronted Alberto and subsequently asked him about the broken properties. He said that his owners will be mad at the neighbor. Bewildered by his neighbor's words, Alberto then told him that he don't have owners, rather staff that work for them. The next day, Alberto and Mimi tried to teach their neighbors how to turn their owners into staffs. After all the advices they gave to them, they finally gave up. All of their efforts went down to the drain. We then realized the moral of the story: Alberto and Mimi in fact are cats, and their neighbors are dogs. The former's owner is loyal to them, and the latter is the other way around. Part 3. Answer the question correctly. 1. What did the boy like best about the zoo? His favorite part was the porcupine. What did the elephant do at the zoo? The elephant ate and floated with his trunk. Number 3. What can we infer about the bird show? The bird flew around. One bird was naughty. Number 4. Where did the boy see the butterflies? After the bird show in building made by glass. Number 5. Retell the text with your own words and describe the detail about the zoo. The dad asked the boy to sleep because it's already dark, but the boy doesn't want to sleep. So the dad asked again if he wants to talk about the zoo. And the boy was excited to talk about the zoo. They went to the zoo and the boy liked it so much about the porcupine because they were big and he remembered about two giraffes that he saw in the zoo. The dad asked, "Was the giraffe taller than me or shorter than me?" And the answer from the boy was, "It's over your head." He also saw the elephant in the zoo. The elephant ate, and also he fed some ducks there. The color of the ducks are white. And there are other animals that he visited in the zoo. There is bird show. And the boy also telling the dad that one of the bird is naughty and flying around the zoo. After they watched the bird show, they then visited the butterflies inside the building made by glass.